it's Lucas Taylor here, and welcome back to another episode of Lucas Plays Guitar. And in this episode, I'm actually going to be teaching you a few or just several more chords. Now, and I think in this video, I might actually go over a few things that we talked about in my last video, and I'll probably explain to them later in the video as I'm teaching the chords. Now anyways, what are we waiting for? Let's get into it. Okay guys, so the first chord that I'm going to be teaching you for this video is a C chord. Now, before we play the C chord, I'm just going to play you guys something, like a few things that we talked about in my last video. And also on the frets, when you're playing notes or chords or scales, like I'm going to take one of my fingers, like my index finger for example, you actually want to press down on the note in between the frets, and you also want to get as close to the frets as you possibly can, like this. Now you don't want to actually get on top of the fret like this, because then it would sound like this. First fret, second fret, third fret, fourth fret, fifth fret, sixth fret, seventh fret. So if holding the pick, you kind of want to put your thumb across the pick like this. And with your index and with your middle finger, you want to put them on the other side of the pick like this. And what you want to do is just kind of relax your muscles in your arms, so that way your arm can move freely around like this, like a spaghetti noodle, and your strumming is like this. So this means we now know that the string names are E, A, D, G, B, E. Well, I probably think that some of you may already remember what we went over in my last video, but it's time for us to play a C chord. So you're going to take your index finger, put it on the first fret in the B string, and your middle finger goes on the second fret on the D string, and your ring finger goes on the third fret in the A string, and you're only going to play the bottom 5 strings, meaning that you're not going to be playing the E string or the top string or the 6th string. Alright, now the next chord that I'll be teaching for this video is a G chord. So to play a G chord, you're going to take your index finger and put it on the second fret in the A string, and your middle finger goes on the third fret on the low E string, and your ring finger goes on the third fret in the B string, and your pinky goes on the third fret on the high E string, and you're going to be playing all 6 of the strings. Alright, so the third chord I'll be teaching for this video is an F chord. So for an F chord, you put your index finger on both the B and the E strings on the first fret, and your middle finger goes on the second fret on the G string, and your ring finger goes on the third fret in the D string, and you're only going to play the bottom 4 strings, meaning that you won't be playing the A or the E strings. Alright, so the fourth and final chord that I will want to teach for this video is an E minor chord. Now an E minor chord is kind of like a normal E chord, but you're not going to have one of your fingers pressing on one of the strings. So you're going to take your middle finger and put it on the second fret in the A string, and your ring finger goes on the second fret in the D string, and you play all 6 of the strings. Now speaking of minor chords, I think I'll probably go over with you guys on what minor chords are in my next video. Oh, and another thing that I want to tell you guys is how to play strings and how to not play strings. So if you look on a chord sheet, you can actually see the letter X on any of the strings. And if you see the letter X on any string, it means that you don't play the string and the string is muted. But if you see the letter O, it means that you play the string open. Well, alright, you guys. I really hope you found this video to be helpful and useful. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that way you can stay updated and you will never miss any of my new videos. And alright, guys, well, peace out.